Hello, Internet! Welcome to another episode of Old Man Tech Rant. We are in a great mood, a great frame of mind. A lot of tech came out. A lot of tech got. So I got to play with a lot of toys. Didn't buy a lot, but I got some things here. I want to talk about one thing today, and that is the new 2018, even though we're in 2019, but 2018 11-inch iPad Pro. What I did was I had the 2017 12.9-inch iPad, and overall, I liked it. I did like it. When I got the 12.9-inch, I thought, okay, the logic behind getting the bigger iPad was, okay, I do a lot of data consumption, a lot of information consumption, newspapers, reading magazines, Netflix, that type of thing. Don't do a lot of the techie stuff. Don't do a lot of video editing, emails. So it's mostly, big screen, have a big canvas, and also the idea of having that pencil and all the commercials that they showed. It's amazing the commercials that they show. First, this is an aside. Apple, you are genius. You are absolute genius. Because what you do is you are selling blank canvases and saying to people, if you buy our blank canvas, you too can be Picasso. You too can be Rembrandt. You too can create works of art. Sistine Chapel levels works of art. And they show people and they're just creating and creating. And you're like, yes, I want to do that. And then you buy it and you look at the blank screen and you make a stick figure and you're saying, well, that's about all I could do. Right? Not everybody's a Rembrandt, but I did find some interesting uses for the Apple Pencil. I wouldn't say it's absolutely necessary. It's neat. Let's put it that way. It's just neat. Before I got the iPad Pro, I had the Surface Pro 3. And the Surface Pro 3, and then after that, I did the Surface Book. In a previous video, I told you how I made the migration, or I'm still in the process, kind of. I'm 80% there of being a Windows guy, going over to the Mac side of things. And the pencil or the pen or the stylus, whatever Microsoft is calling it, was pretty impressive. I used it at work, signing PDFs, making, sort of notations on it actually came in handy, and this one came in handy too. So there I was. All great stories start out that way. There I was looking at commercials for the 2018 Apple or iPad Pro. And I said, well, there's nothing really wrong with my 12.9. The thing is, it's too damn big. It was too big. So one thing that I use my iPad for that's kind of unique, or not really, I'm sure there are thousands of people out there that do this. I'm a pilot. I fly small planes, and I use flight planning software that involves maps and charts and having to actually make notations and all this kind of stuff, and you need to be able to see things. And the ability, pilots used to carry, I'm sure those of you of a certain age remember going in the airport and seeing pilots carry behind them these big leather satchels they had on wheels. They had the handle, and on the top of them they had like their personal bag, like maybe a backpack or a soft kind of duffel bag, but underneath there was this like hard-backed leather satchel. In there were paper charts. So in order to fly wherever they were flying in that area, they needed to have charts for every single airport in that area. And it was a very manual thing, and you had to flip, they call them flip charts, because you had to flip through them and look up all your information. Well, now it's all digitized. It's called electronic flight bag, right? So everything is now on here, and you could pinch and you could then you could make them bigger and smaller, and you could write on them, and it's all right here. To give you a little aside or inside look into what a pilot does, is they use what's called a knee board. Now a knee board is usually something about paper size, maybe half, take half a sheet of paper, take a piece of paper, cut it in half, turn it sideways, and strap it to your knee. Well, for tablets now, they have things like this. very high-tech stuff. I know we're talking space-age stuff. It's a little stretchy thing with a little Velcro thing with a couple of plastic clips. And the way this works is you take your iPad and first you strap this to your leg like this, and then you take your iPad and then you put it in one and you put it in the other and you fly the plane. That's how you do that, okay? And you could do it that way, you could do it, you know, whatever orientation works for you. My 12.9 inch could not do this. It was too big. So that was the justification. One, for downsizing it to the 11 inch, and two, for buying something new, because yeah, I could have got, you know, like the $300-something one, just not as cool, just not. So let's talk about, so that's why I made the move. I'm not going to bore you with the specs because there are thousands of YouTubers out there, and I do not consider myself a YouTuber. Maybe I will be a YouTuber. I think I have 4 followers, and thank you, and 2 of them are my kids. So thank you for the other 2 who I don't know, but I hope you find this valuable. I'm not going to go through the chips and the memory and the performance. I will talk about the performance, but I'm not going to go through all the tech specs because you could get that from 1,000 other sources. I will just tell you that the feel, every time I go into an Apple store, I pick one of these things up, and the feel of the new design, the way it's gone back to like an iPhone 5S, you know, so that industrial look, that flat edge, and it feels so much more satisfying in the hand. It just does. And I love holding this thing. And the screen is pretty much the same as the previous generation. It's pretty much the same. It's 120 hertz refresh rate, so it's still, as they say, buttery smooth. You'll find that on every one of the reviews, buttery smooth, right? The new Apple Pencil is back there. You've seen it. It pretty much works the same. You know, I've touched it, you know, done the touch thing, and then it switches between the pencil and the eraser. Microsoft went the other way, and they made the back end of it the eraser, so you just turn around and use it like an actual eraser. Either way, it works better. The charging of it, yeah, should have had this ready, I apologize. The charging of it, boom, just like that. And now it's charging, and now it's paired. No more of that sticking out of here, and you're afraid to, you know, break the circuit board and you know, have a tragic accident with your $100 pencil. Now it's a $129 pencil, but you could get discounts. I think it's been out long enough that you could find discounts out there. So the one thing, I mean, there's not a lot to criticize about this. There really isn't. Apple is winning me over time after time after time with every one of their devices. If I have to make a criticism, the only thing that I could think of is because of the smaller size, when you pull up the browser, and I don't know if you could see this because it's kind of bright. When you pull up the browser and you want to type in a web page, you could see down here, on this side, there used to be a .com button. You type in, you know, whatever your web page is, and then it would be .com, and you wouldn't have to type .com, it would just be .com. I guess because of the size, they couldn't fit that in anymore, and that's not there anymore. So I kind of missed that, but other than that, I really can't think of a critique. I love this thing. It integrates flawlessly with everything else, and I think it's a really good buy. I would wait another month or 2 because you're going to start seeing prices come down, because that's pretty much what they've done year over year. And you'll start seeing deals. Definitely check open box specials at Best Buy. And the thing about Best Buy that I like is when you go to your local store, you can either do the whole thing online, order it online, have it shipped to your house. What I like about the brick and mortar stores is you could put in your store in your account on Best Buy. It knows your preference, it knows your store. It'll tell you what open box specials are available in your store. And it'll tell you what the asking price is. And they always come down 10% from that. You could always negotiate down 10% from that. Right? So there's a little bit of handling. If you're comfortable with making a deal, you could save yourself a significant amount of money. Right? Full price, this thing I think was the $1,000 one? Was $1,050? And then open box special $800, and then Hanley, I'm not going to tell you what they got. So let's just say full price. I never pay full price. My kids know I will bargain down a burger. I will put a shake on layaway. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But that's just, the way I am. So there are deals to be had. Definitely check the open box specials on Amazon. Definitely check the returns. And on the Apple website, they're few and far between at this point because it's still new technology, but give it another couple of months. In the clearance and refurbished section at the very bottom of the website, awesome deals. Awesome deals. So I hope you found this interesting. I hope you found it informative. And I hope if you would give me some feedback on the comments section, it would be very much appreciative. Until next time, this is Old Man Tech Rant, and I'll talk to you later. Take care.